Hey, what's up, everybody? Excuse me.
What up?
Well, yeah, I'm Monster here along with Stevie B.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I took a sip of coffee just before I went on the air. And it didn't sit right. Oh, yeah, we'll call it coffee.
Yeah, we'll call it coffee.
But I did. I took a sip of coffee and it just almost came back up.
How's everybody doing?
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we've come to call it. Good to see everybody tonight here in chat. Welcome to those who aren't in chat. Quick question. I can't see.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's just a.
Oh, see, I don't know why her avatar didn't come up. She programmed put an avatar
I'm
in.
seeing it on my.
You guys see an
screen.
avatar, or is it just a clear white?
It's just the white screen.
Yeah. Oh well. Sorry.
And it's a cute avatar.
Northwoods, how's it going? Gary Johnson.
Lee.
Mr. Lee, where you been?
What up?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, Sharon Guy. Karen, how are you? Judy Wheeler. Mr. Vaughn. Yeah, wasn't my bandana.
Northwoods, where you at?
Yeah, what time zone you in? Someplace good. Someplace good. Christy, how are you? Harold, how's it going?
I'm disappointed my avatar's not showing.
It was cute too.
It is cute.
Little hummingbird. I don't know why I kicked it back. That's weird.
I get bumped off.
Odd. Are you gonna try to reset it?
I'm gonna see if it'll allow me, but it won't unless I'm.
I'll have to keep. I can put you out. I mean, you're still on.
Yeah, take me off and I'll try.
Look, so you need more of me.
Ha!
Let me kick you off all the way out. Hold on.
Because if I'm backstage, it won't let me adjust.
No, you're out. So whenever you want
I'm out. Peace out.
to.
So if anybody's wondering, I'm not on camera because I'm still
Cheyenne, Wyoming. Right on.
Still hideous.
Oh yeah, she refuses to come on camera because she's got that gash in her nose.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. It was self-inflicted. It was a fishing injury.
It was. It is. It is.
Right in the nose. There you go. Let's try that again. See? It's a cute little
There we are.
Woohoo. Hummingbird. Right on.
Judy Wheeler, good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't respond.
Hey, Sandra.
It's been a day.
Let's see if it stays there because it was up earlier and then it just flashed and it went away. But
what was weird is that I was still showing it on my screen, even after the
I know.
show started.
I saw that.
Yeah,
that was weird. Robert Denduven, what's up? So yeah, that was weird. Tuesday. I mean, we did our show and I always go and check the analytics and I gotta do what I do after the show and
it showed.
As soon as I clicked off, it had 360 views.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? How did that happen?
And as far as I know, watching, there was like 45 people.
At most concurrent.
Well,
45.
that I noticed, that I saw.
Yeah.
So the
like,
math.
How the hell did that work out?
Yeah. But then I woke up the next morning and it was up to like 419 views.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Go figure.
Cool. I mean,
Squash Talk, what's up?
That's cool. If they were all true views, thank you, everybody.
Indeed. So, I'm sure a lot of you have heard. I guess it was Friday. There was a police shooting in Florida. A deputy was killed, and 2 others were shot. That took place here in my town.
Right up the street, right up the road.
I don't know how far, but
it's
that
pretty
was
close.
here in town, Eustis, Florida.
Between
prayers to everybody involved.
Yes.
You know, to the
indeed.
families of the police officers. Both suspects were killed. Oh well.
3 officers were shot. 1 didn't make it. The other was minor and has been sent home since. And the third was shot four different places, and last night had his 4th surgery. So he's still going through it.
Yeah.
Prayers, indeed.
And then today,
You just said that, and
I
I'm
didn't
like,
read
what?
the story, so I just this is the headline I saw, just because I wanted to verify what it before I open my mouth. I should probably go do it again.
Well, I mean, with this,
No, the headline said that the chief or the captain
the
or
captain, I think
the
you
police
said.
captain here in Eustis was shot today. Don't know the story behind it. Don't know any. I know there was a manhunt. What the fuck is going on, people?
Maya. Hey.
I like Wyoming. My grandparents lived there, and Dad grew up there south of Buffalo on a ranch. Fucking A. State I've never visited, Wyoming or Utah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon,
We're going to have to run it.
a few other, the Dakotas.
Whole northern region for
That's
me.
about it. Hawaii and Alaska.
We're going to
think
have to
that's
remedy it.
I know a lot of states.
I don't think I'd be so eager to see Hawaii. But
What's
Alaska.
up, Donald? Hawaii is expensive, but so is Alaska.
Yeah.
I think
I'd
rather do.
I mean, I
don't know.
it'd be nice.
I want to do Alaska.
Yeah,
I
for
want
sure.
to do Alaska.
For sure.
I don't know in what capacity.
By boat.
I always said I wanted.
You said it the other night.
Wanted to do a cruise, but
No.
no. I did say it the other night,
And it stuck. Trust me.
I want to do it by boat, but I want to fly into Alaska and then hop on, a skiff and
Just go.
Have a captain or whatever, and who knows the area, and just go explore, camp out,
Fish. And fish some more.
Although bears kind of freak me out.
Well, you said that about gators.
I know, but they're in the water. I'm not.
I know.
It's different when you're on land with something.
Sandra Piper, good to see you.
No, I would definitely go with, well-armed people.
Yeah. Y'all can't see me. I'm pointing to myself.
No. What I really want to do is go up and hook up with Fred Roll. I've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think that would just be cool to go hang out with him. And it was funny because then I saw that what the hell's his name? Sasquatch Theory. Is it Michael, Miguel?
Yeah.
One of them.
One of
those channels. They went up and did a little outing with Fred. He just seems like somebody I'd want to go hang out.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Down to earth. Yeah. Absolutely. I've said that.
Yeah, and I hope everybody's doing all right. With this weather that just came up from, it's still out there. It's still swirling in Carolinas, and
Be
safe out there.
My sister is in, I guess, east of Richmond, Virginia area, out that way, kind of border of Maryland. And she's saying that today, she told me that the next 2 days that weather system's coming through. Yeah. Winds and rain.
Good, Otto. Good to see you.
A lot of wind and a lot of rain.
So yeah, guys, link is in chat. If anybody wants to click on the link, come hang out. You got something you want to talk about, story you want to tell,
bring it.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Show after show. Uh,
Oh, good.
yeah. So today, finally, back to work. The wind's been just too bad since, with the system. I mean, the past 2 days.
Well, I was gonna say you made it sound like you're on vacation or something.
No, it's just
No, I
nothing-
get it.
Nothing
It
could go out as far as
took
boats
a
go.
second to register. Mr. Lee says the keto mogs. How's it going?
Mr. Lee, I am down. I kind of stalled, but I'm at like 30 pounds dropped. It's I'm still doing it. I'll give it another, I'll go to the end of the month and see where I'm at. I kind of have a goal. Um, but yeah, it's going good, man. Thanks for asking.
He said, "Wow, Mogs, well done, dude."
Thanks.
I agree, Lee. I'm proud of him.
I gotta admit though, it's boring. It's just
I think you've adapted well,
yeah.
though. At first, you were kind of ornery, but now
I was ornery.
you were. But now you're more settled into it, and I've gotten used to it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm into my 3rd month. So first 2 went pretty quick. Drop some?
Mm-hmm. In my mouth. Found it.
The rest.
God.
But yeah. Oh,
He says, "Do you feel fit? Fitter? Fitter?
oh yeah.
Do you feel fitter?"
Fitter. Please, sir, may I have another? Sorry. Yeah, you know what, dude? When I started, my knees were bothering me, and that's why I really wanted to do it. And after the first 10 pounds, and this was new for my knees to be bothering me, it was just recent. So after the first 10 pounds, they stopped bothering. It didn't hurt anymore, especially
That was the
my
first
left
thing
knee.
you noticed.
Yeah. Clothes fit better. I feel good. I still smoke too much. That's going to be next because what's the point in looking good on the outside, a little bit better on the outside, if you shit on the inside.
You do look good.
Gotta quit smoking.
Lisa, Stephanie, is that your English accent? Was it good?
Probably not.
Only if it was good. If not, I don't know what you're talking about.
Patrick says I'm down to 208, trying to get back to 215. Wait a minute, what?
He said marvelous.
Just go through a drive-through. You'll be right back at 215. Let's see. I am down. What am I? Well, I'm 216. I started at 246. So it's 30 pounds.
Right on. Good job.
Danny Staten, what's up? Scott B, how's it going?
Scott, how you doing? Christy, hi. I haven't said hi to anybody. Sorry.
Why
It's been
not?
a day.
Yeah, it has. We're just there's gonna be some changes, and we're just trying to not with you guys. With Stephanie and stuff with her dad. We're trying to get him down here to Florida. Sorry. Stevie B.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Well, how often do I call you Stevie? I'm listening to here. You know?
Actually, I think you do more than you realize. You do.
Yeah.
Either that or it's hey.
Hey, you.
Hey.
Hey, you. Karen said, my hubby was 220. Now he's 197. Not on purpose. Parkinson's. He eats well. The doctor said he needs to eat more carbs. His blood sugars were running low. So weird.
Mr. Lee said, Karen, nobody needs to eat more carbs.
I wasn't gonna say anything about a doctor.
My dad.
I can't give advice.
Why not?
Because I'll get one of those damn.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Somebody screws up
No,
and gives
you're right.
medical advice here and or a guest or whatever, and
it doesn't
it
matter
gets
if
flagged.
it's your own opinion or your own experience.
No, they just
They
get
flag
medical
it.
misinformation and they pull
The
whole video.
algorithm picks up on certain phrases, I suppose.
Hypoglycemia is real, says Patrick.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you, Scott. Listen to him. Hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Or not. I eat all the carbs I want, Mr. Lee, says Pat.
Damn it.
I know. Christy.
What happened? What did I miss?
Because I'm leaning in. I'm looking around.
your
And
glasses?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, no shit. Where the hell did they go?
They kind of just blend in. There's so many wires here and cables and
Shit.
crap.
I don't see them at all. Usually I catch a glimpse of them, but this time.
I don't know. Oh well. It's all right.
Sorry. I tipped over. Yeah, I don't see them at all.
No clue.
None. It's weird.
Hang on. Your browser has lost connection to your camera.
Well, no, you're on camera now.
No, I know.
I mean,
I know.
not on
I'm
camera,
just-
but you're back.
Yeah.
Your avatar is up. There you go. Welcome back.
Can't find the damn glasses, so I'm going to be leaning in and squinting a lot. Susie B, how are you? Who else? So yeah, what else? What else is going on? I was watching it was cool. I was watching a show earlier. West Virginia case, WV case. It's a cryptid channel. This guy Les. I think he's been on here. And I was talking to somebody in chat, and they live in Volusia County, but when back in '73, they were living down in southwestern Florida, down at Cape Coral. And you know what? I don't even know if it was a girl or a guy I was talking to. Well, this person and their mother at the time, '73, had a sighting in their backyard of a skunky. He said it came into the yard, drank out of the dog dish, and then got up and walked away. And I know the area a little bit because I lived there for just less than a year. But it was interesting, I thought.
Well, it's like me hearing the story of the Mount Vernon monster where I grew up and, knowing exactly every street they were talking about. That was weird. It was cool.
But... Jim, what's happening?
Greetings, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday.
Can't complain.
Not really.
So I'm going to channel WTF Mike for a second and ask Tink if she got a nose job and just doesn't want everybody to know about it.
I didn't need a nose job. That's the thing.
No. She's got a tiny nose.
It's not big at all.
Me, on the other hand, on the other face.
No, it's just a bad gash, and I was outside today for maybe 10 minutes.
It looks like a C.
Yeah,
it looks just like a C.
The shape of a C. But I was outside today for about 10 minutes, and the air was so thick today. It was so humid. I just started dripping sweat, and I forgot about it. I went and took a paper towel and wiped my face, and I'm like, why is there blood?
Did you flop it over? Did you open it up again?
Yeah, I did.
Garrel,
but you're going to be okay, right?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I should have asked that question first.
It might be a cool looking scar.
How is it cool?
It is a C.
Well.
So. And that's what you'll have is a C as a scar.
Shut up.
She'll be a woman of letter. Isn't that what they used to call an educated person? Either a man or a woman of letter.
So Moog says she made a good shot hitting a small target with the fishing weight. Oh, that was a perfect shot.
It was a trick shot.
It was. Landed it perfectly.
Oh man, when I saw her come over to because like I said, when it happened, I was on the boat doing what I was doing, getting it ready.
Way down the marina.
And she comes walking up. And I look at her, I'm like, what the fuck?
I said, I need your help or something.
Blood. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened?
I said, I need help or I need your help or something. I don't know. But he was on the boat and it was awfully windy. It was kind of in between rainstorms. And so he's like, come here, come closer. I'm like, I can't. The boat started drifting away a little bit it was tide, but yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I freaked a little bit. I was like, what the hell? So I thought somebody beat her up or something. But of course, when she said how it happened, I laughed my ass off.
And the whole walk
I felt bad for her.
The whole walk there towards it, all I kept hearing was, welcome to fishing. Welcome to fishing. Every time I endure an injury, that's what I hear.
If it's fishing related, that's what you're going to hear.
Welcome to fishing. And I didn't even catch a fish. That's the shitty part.
Oh, no.
I did the next night. Caught a nice size bass.
Oh, yeah, she should be back on the air by Tuesday.
Maybe.
Back on camera, I should say. I'll just hit it with some cover up. You'll be fine.
Not missing much. Bobby Yance.
Hey, Bobby. Scott says my mother's name was Bobby. Just drop the link.
So what have you been up to, Jim?
Dealing with some bees in the yard, trying to keep on hiking. The total is 19 pounds lost. Let's see here, what else? Trying not to drown. We're getting a little bit of rain today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Last I heard at about 9:30 this morning, places had already gotten 5 inches for today.
That's a lot of water.
A lot of water in such a short time.
I mean, the lakes are up here a couple inches, but we didn't. And we got rain, but not that much. Not here. Other parts of Florida, of course, got inundated, like the coast is getting right now. Yeah, I just be careful out there, guys. I can't emphasize that enough.
I know, right?
I filled the truck up with gas and got a good supply of food, so I don't have to go anywhere. So I'm pretty well safe.
Right on. Yeah, I just got gas today myself. I filled my truck up.
Well, I laughed because when they were talking about the storm and prepping, and that was the one thing I didn't do. I was sitting on empty.
I was waiting, because my truck is it's a Ford, but it's a F-150, but it's flex fuel.
Right.
So it burns ethanol, as well as gas. I've never burned ethanol in it. I've never filled it with ethanol, so it's been acting a little funny. So I decided, what the hell? I'll go down. The only place I found it was about 30 miles away that sold it. Seems to run better. Oh, and the plus is it was only it was probably $1 cheaper than normal gas per gallon.
Yeah, that's pretty well how cheap it is.
Yeah, it was almost $1 less a gallon. So that was cool.
And what percentage alcohol?
It's 85% ethanol, 15%. It varies between 50 and 83%. It's supposed to be more towards the 83, or 85 end. Like I said, but I've never burned it before, so I figured, what the hell? Let me see, and it seems fine. There was a noise it was making, and I'm trying to see if that's going to help get rid of that noise.
Laser.
What year 150? What year 150?
Oh, it's a 2014.
Okay.
Midwest.
And it's just shy of 50,000 miles.
Right. Well, I've burned the E85, and I get almost the same gas mileage, but alcohol will burn slightly cooler than gas does.
Okay.
So, if you're in a high temp climate, it could be beneficial because of that.
Yeah, well, it is hot down here.
My God. Beyond hot.
And hello, everybody out in chat. Moggs already knows and has stated many times, I don't like to type.
Ghost Dragon, good to see you.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't blame you.
Hey, Val.
Oh, what's up? Blazer, good to see you.
Lobo Gris, everybody's popping in.
Bring it.
Right.
There you go. The gang's all here.
Gris, how are you? Good to see you. You know what it is? I probably walked off with my glasses. I didn't take them off or something. I don't know. I did take them off, so they have to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
I got this. I'm just going to enlarge my screen a little bit.
There you go.
No, I can see. I got to move the screen over. Why won't it fucking move? Oh, there it is. I don't need the screen for to look at the avatars,
No.
Right.
Mr. Lee says, ditch the glasses, Mogs. Can't find the
Can't
glasses.
find them to ditch them. They're already ditched.
Blazer got it perfect. Keyboards are not my type.
Ah.
Blazer, I'm on my
Our
phone.
shows
I'm
now
on my
instead of
phone,
whips
so it's even worse.
for cakes. Hey, well, I didn't. You got to talk to the person who said they were going to bring out the whips and cakes.
Wasn't that Miss Deal?
Yeah, I wasn't going to call her out. Figured somebody else would.
No,
And Ghost Dragons out there.
We're doing good, man. We got through the storm, no problem.
Did you put them in the case, or is that the other?
That's the other. That's the driving.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. It's all right.
Well, I'm just really curious now where they can walk off to.
They're here. They're under something.
No, I don't think they are. Well, it's I need glasses to find your glasses.
Karen says I'm blind without my glasses. I didn't need them until I was 50. You know what? I didn't. What was it? How long have I had the glasses?
A year.
Maybe a year and a half.
A little over a year, I want to say.
And I worn them very little, And so I got glasses probably at 55. Whereas my sisters and nephews and have had glasses, most of their lives.
I didn't have glasses until I went into the Army, and I didn't realize they needed them until I was on the firing range.
Aging is a pain, is it not?
And I couldn't see the 300.
It is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
Look.
See? Right in front of us.
I mean, literally right in front of us. Are they
How do you
clean?
find your glasses if you can't see?
You need a backup pair of glasses that you can put on to find your glasses.
I literally got up, walked around the table, looked, moved everything, didn't see them, sat down, and they're sitting right behind my coffee cup.
At least he didn't have them on his head over his bandana.
He says aging causing a faint of heart.
And I made it to 50 before I had to get glasses.
Judy says she's nearsighted.
Me too.
Bobby says 67 hertz.
Nah.
I'm not without my aches and pains.
Yeah, me too.
Just try not to give in to them.
Yeah, me too. Tends to be difficult.
The new ones, it's like, why does this hurt? I'll be 68 next week, Bobby, says Karen.
Happy birthday early.
Absolutely. We'll celebrate next week.
All those August birthdays are the result of that first cold snap last November.
Right? Just reading.
September what? What?
That's what you ask?
Yeah, well.
Look how old he's gonna be.
I know, I saw.
15th.
Right on. Yesterday it is indeed.
Harold says I have bone spurs in my toes or big toe or
Big toe.
in my big toe. Yes, getting old sucks. I have a bone spur in my neck.
We had a couple of people in chat say they're 67, and I am also 67. So there we go.
I was born in 67.
I remember 67.
Pyro, what's up?
I can't relate to any of that. I'll be 50,
Well, you were like 11.
I'll be 51.
Yeah, you're still.
It's like the least significant birthday ever. Right?
51.
Yeah.
Robert Denduven says, when I was 20, I was able to roll out of bed and get ready for work in 25 minutes. Now it takes that long to get up, use the bathroom, and get out the towels and take a shower.
Mr. Lee
I
says
doubt it, Mr. Lee.
he's the youngest in the chat. No.
Karen says, Stevie, you're my son's age.
Oh.
Mogs, I crushed my neck. They had to replace the whole thing. Never been the same since. Nah, dude, not yet.
Wow.
I started young with my neck. Like just 10 years old, skateboarding. Wound up in the hospital, amnesia, contraction. I knocked the second, third vertebrae out of place. And if I had knocked the first one out a hair more, I would have been paralyzed from the neck down. And then ever since then, I've had issues, and I've fallen and hurt my neck, and yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so my neck has always been a sore point for me. But keep going.
Mr. Lee 3PO is calling us all a bunch of geriatrics.
He's in the club. He's the friggin' secretary of the club.
Robert Denduven says, I'm the same age as Mogs, born in the summer of love, not conceived then, obviously.
No, it was the cold winter before.
You're right.
67 was a good year for music, a great year for music. Mm.
Oh man, my nephew had spinal fusion 2 days ago at Vanderbilt Hospital. Well, prayers to your nephew. That's tough. Damn, Judy's got titanium in her neck.
Got it on my legs.
I'm done with my. I'm not what legs?
Legs.
The Bionic Woman.
I'm not going to keep up with the Joneses anymore. Northwoods. 10 years ago, I got hit by a car. I had severe concussion and L2 compression fracture. I will have back problems the rest of my life because of that.
Mm.
Chris says, hey, I'm proud to be old. I earned all this white and gray, even though I've had the white since I was 12. Must be the German in him.
I have to say I'm blessed. I'm just now seeing gray around the edge of my hairline.
I've been this went gray a long time ago. Like when I was in my 30s, this was going gray.
Well, my oldest sister was silver gray by the time she was 30.
My brother-in-law was
Actually, she was mid-20s.
I've known him since I was like 17. And he's probably 2 or 3 years older. And he was gray back then. Like 20, he was gray. And it always tripped me out.
Jay says, damn, what I walk into an old folks home reunion? We were waiting for you, Jay.
Yeah, did you bring the donuts?
Yeah.
I told you to bring the donuts, Jay. Come on.
Hope there's a young person out there who would like to come along on one of my mountain hikes. I could use the company.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. As long as they don't walk off and leave me, I mean, I wouldn't want them to feel like I was holding them up much.
Scott, thank you. This is 44 watching and 20 likes. Please hit that like button. It helps a lot.
Ghost Dragon says, "Where's the coffee?"
Yeah. Blazer says, Jay, master of ceremony. Christy's ready to go, Jim.
Yeah.
She said, bet, let's go.
The more the merrier.
The coffee. Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee.
No, coffee. Now I'm conscious of saying it. Coffee is one of those words that I say differently, a little differently.
New Jersey comes out.
Coffee, water, daughter, some other weird words.
Yeah, but that's fun. I mean, really, that's fun, the way different people around the country pronounce things differently.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
some
it's cool
people
because
can't
I can pick up a lot of accents and where people are from, you know. It kind of freaks people out sometimes.
I can imitate accents.
Ghost says that damn Jersey woman.
If I'm having a conversation with somebody that has an accent, I can mimic it very well. I can't do it on my own. It's weird, but if I'm having a conversation with someone that has an accent, I can pick up on it just like that.
Yeah.
Most people get
the first time I realized that, I was in Manhattan and walked up to one of the horse and buggy guys. He was from Ireland, and I apparently started with the accent, and he's asking me where am I from?
What county?
Yeah, no, seriously, he's asking me where I was from, and it took me a second to realize why he kept asking, and I'm like, DC, you know.
What county is that?
It was funny, but I realized then how easy it is for me to pick up on
Blazer
accents.
said that's a crow's favorite drink. Coffee. Coffee.
there you go.
What's up, Penny? Good to see you. Jay says I have a hard time walking through airport metal detector.
You.
The next one too.
You. My God. Although, last couple times I've been let to the front of the line at TSA. And I don't have to wait. But the last time I got stuck there, they found traces of explosion of some sort on my shoe.
Oh yeah, that's right. She goes to the airport. Was it coming back?
It was leaving. Yeah, it was coming home. I was
leaving Washington or Baltimore. She goes through TSA.
They swab your hands and your shoes, your whatever. They swab my shoes, and I saw her put the swab in the machine, and I saw the red alert, and I'm like, oh.
It comes back positive for explosives.
Yeah. And next thing you know, there's 4 TSA workers and an ATF that are going through every last thing I had in every bag and questioning what's this, what,
So ladies,
where have you
if
been?
you travel with talcum powder or shower to shower or anything like that, be careful.
They found that the closest thing that resembled what came through on the swab was shower to shower powder, talcum powder. That was it. That had to have been it. That's what they decided anyways. But they made me check my bag. And it took an hour for it to come across the belt afterwards. I watched 2 flights come in before my bag finally comes rolling out by itself. I'm like, good Lord, they already checked everything.
But it's like, what is it doing on your shoes? She's like, really?
Yeah. I
use it on my legs, and
I use it as a barrier for my legs when I put my prosthetics on, and my shoes are right there.
Tracy Dover, how are you? Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
I I couldn't do anything but laugh. And I think the one guy felt so terrible for me that, when you go through TSA, before you get through, if you walk up with anything to drink, they'll make you trash it. I apparently had a bottle of water in my backpack, probably from walking around the day before. Didn't realize it was all the way in the bottom of the bag, and he pulled it out. Well, as they gave me the all clear. I see the kid walking back across with my bottle of water. He's like, "Here you go." I was like, "Oh, thanks." I'm like, "Are you sure? I don't want to get stopped again."
I'm not going to hold up the plane, is it?
I actually walked up to TSA with the actual pilot of my plane. I asked him where was he flying out to. He said Orlando. I was like, "Oh, you're my pilot." Yeah, I didn't see him again until I was going to get on the plane, and it was 3 hours later almost. I told him I couldn't take it personal. I get it, they got a job to do, but if you make me miss my flight, you will be putting me on another plane. I'm like, you've been through every inch of everything that I had on me with me, and if I miss my plane, somebody's putting me on another one. So they hurried up after that.
Moggs, you got a note in chat, but in StreamYard, and I will catch you guys a bit later. Thank you for letting me tell everyone in chat hello.
Oh,
and Stevie, take care of that nose.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
She'll
to.
She'll heal. She'll be all right.
I am waiting patiently.
We will catch all of you guys a bit later.
Good to see
Jim,
you, Jim.
Thank you very much. It's always good to
Thank
see
you, guys.
Talk to you soon, buddy. Right on. Where did my comments go? Good. I don't know what happened there.
Harold says she's got legs and she knows how to use them.
Little ZZ Top.
Right?
Mr. Lee, thanks for posting that. Yeah, when you hear there's residue, you're like, what the fuck? Where are you?
The first thing they asked me is like, where have I been in the last 24 hours? I'm like, well, matter of fact, I spent most of the day yesterday in the Federal Building downtown Baltimore. So I don't know. I said I've been walking around Baltimore, the city, for the 4 days prior to that. God knows where I picked up something like that. But after they tested every chemical I had with me, yeah, that was the closest. So then they took the bottle, the container of powder, and ran it just through the scanner by itself. They're like, we're almost done. We just want to run this one more time. Sure, shake it up, do whatever. Throw it away if it means I get on my plane, It's not
that important to me.
But the second I saw the alert, because it's not like alarms went off, but I saw them. I was watching her. It was just to the right of me. As soon as I saw the alert, I'm like, oh Lord. She said, "Ma'am, can you have a seat for me, please?" I'm like, sure, because I have a feeling I'm going to be here for a while. One little chair, and I watched probably 100 people go through in the process. Then they took me to the side, in the back, away from everything, on the other side of the wall. I'm like, where are you taking me? Yeah.
It's been a while since I've flown. So
every time I fly, there's
I've never gone through one of those scanners.
Yeah. Kind of weird. But they make it quick.
2014 was the last time.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, you walk in the little, it reminds me of a tube, and they have foot paint, prints on the, put your feet there. Then they have a picture in front of you showing you how to hold your arms up over your head, and it's quick. Thing comes by and then goes back again, and you're done. Usually you're done. Coming out of it was where they stopped me to swab my shoes. because everybody's told to take their shoes off. Shoes and belts. They didn't make me.
My pants would fall down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Christy says, I've never been to an airport. You're not missing anything. It's an experience. It really is, but it's high anxiety. It's frustrating. There's so much to it. There's a lot of walking. And just people in a rush to get nowhere quick. Because it's all hurry up and wait.
Yeah, that's a good way to people in a hurry to get nowhere quick. Yeah.
And everything's expensive. That's the only part I left out. I do have to say, I bought a cup of coffee from Starbucks, I think, for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't want to, but I couldn't find any other coffee.
See what coffee they had available, huh?
Yeah. And I walked up and I was like, I don't know how to order your coffee. I just want a cup of coffee with vanilla cream and Splenda. I said, hook it up. She laughed. She did well. The lady did. It was a good cup of coffee.
It's not like you can fuck it up.
Well, you can. Trust me.
Well, that's why I don't make her coffee. I'll make the coffee, but how you prepare it, that's all on you.
That's perfectly fine. Oh no, I've gone like to the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts and asked for the same exact thing, and it's not good.
Northwood says I didn't feel like fighting with TSA for this trip, so I took Amtrak instead of flying.
Right on. I've never been on a train.
I'm gonna hook you up. We're gonna go on a train. Don't know where yet, when, but we're going on a train. Dude, that's a great way to travel. I mean, especially you went from you're in Minnesota, right? I believe. To Wyoming? That's a nice little trip.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Yes. No, I've been cross country on a train. I would definitely get a sleeper car the next time.
Yeah, that just seems like. I mean, I've looked into it. It just seems like the right thing to do.
If
you're going long trip.
I was not in a position at the time when I took the train
I get that.
Spend that kind of money on that convenience or luxury.
I completely get that. I mean, I've been on metro and subway and trains like that, but not a real train. Not traveling.
Robert, I remember that too. Being able to go and before 9/11, you go to the airport, you could hang out, like see people off, watch the planes leave and shit.
At the gate, yeah.
Yeah, now it's like,
The only way that they'll allow anyone with you now is if it's a medical necessity that person needs
Michigan,
assistance, or unless it's a minor. Fine.
It's not cheap for a room, but worth it. Yeah, no, I was too big for those seats. I couldn't sleep in the seat, and I was on that train
a day or two.
50 hours. I think it took from Boston to
3 days.
Boston to Flagstaff, and it was like an 8-hour layover in Chicago.
She said, "Hey, Mokes, that is a good place for your glasses."
Now it is. I can't have them on for long periods. Like I did it Tuesday. I kept them on a long time, and it was like weird. Jay says, when I first hired in railroad, I could ride Amtrak free anywhere. Right on.
That's cool. Lost an ashtray.
Yeah, trains are cool. You know, it's as far as transportation goes, it's nostalgic. You know, there's romance in it. As far as planes,
It's actually a book.
What do you mean?
Ashtray.
How'd you lose your ashtray?
I don't know. How do I lose anything?
You touch
Everything. Yeah.
it.
Hey, look, I found it. Here. There you go. I found it. Thank you. It was hidden. Right in plain sight, like your glasses.
Yeah, I worked on the train for a while in Arizona. It was I know I've talked about it. You guys know this. It was a tourist train. It was you leave Clarkdale and it was 20 miles up to Perkinsville. The engine would switch ends, because there was a siding there, and then it's 20 miles back, and it was just this slow meander through the trail. The tracks ran along the Verde River and through some red rocks. It was cool. Got married on that train. Robert says his dad was in the Navy. He didn't like to fly though, so like he'd go to ship's reunions. He'd take the train. My dad's been to a couple ship reunion. He was on the San Marcos. I think he went to Virginia for one, and I think Texas for some reason for another one. I traveled through the Atlas Mountains in Morocco by train, but there were no beds. Were you on the roof or? No, I'm kidding. um, First time I was on a train was in Italy. I took a train from Rome to northern Italy. Trying to remember where. Ultimately, we ended up taking a train right to Venice, but we had stopped somewhere before Venice and stayed with some relatives. Yeah, I would definitely do that, Northwoods. I said that it's funny because after I made that trip, and then I saw some videos or whatever it was about the different sections you could accommodations in on Amtrak. Saw the sleeper cars. I was like, oh man, I didn't know about those. And that was back in 2010. Now that's cool. Excuse me. He said, my great grandpa worked for Penn Train, and he would stop the train to fish at ponds and rivers. He said they all would get out and fish. He would have a bunch of poles with them. That's so cool. Just did. Well, it's funny because my thought was with the the train when I worked on the train. Since it runs along the river, I always wanted to throw a kayak on it and say, guys, just drop me off at the end and I'll kayak back. That would have been cool. Yeah. So again, you got to get used to it. Hmm. It's funny, Dragon, because I always travel with a fishing pole in my vehicle. Not here now, but when I was in Jersey, hell, half the time I had live bait in my vehicle, like minnows, for weeks. Because I would, I'd stop wherever I could. I'd pass over like reservoirs, and even in Maryland one time, I always passed this one river coming back from Washington D.C. and finally one day I found it. I got off the exit. I had the bait. I was like, "What the hell? Let me go check it out." Caught some trout, but you have to be careful because that was illegal. I didn't have a license.
Yeah.
But I figured, and it was weird. It was like I knew where I was going because I got off the exit and made all the right turns and wound up right at the river. I don't know where the hell I was. Guys, if you don't want to hear us babble, click on the link
Right.
here. Come hang out. Ooh, no, that's not it. That's it. V.
B.
If you see V pop up, it means I hit the shift instead of control. There's a train that goes across the states, ends in California, and you come back to the state you started from. There's a few different. What's the Zephyr line? And I forget. There's a few different routes you can take. Mine went from it stayed north, hit the southern point of a little bit of Colorado, and then dropped down into Arizona. But it was, I'd do it again. It was a good experience. Gotta get caught first. Yeah, but at the time it's just like, oh, I gotta fish it. Northwood said, I crossed paths with a guy in Denver who was on his way to somewhere north of Cheyenne to go fly fishing with a friend of his. It's one thing I never got into was fly fishing. My dad, he a little bit. We used to go to this when I was a kid. We would go to this ranch in Colorado, in I guess it's Meeker, Colorado, and it had a river going through it, and it had trout in it, but you could only fly fish like on this ranch. Like I guess, so my dad would fly fish it during when people are looking, and then we'd go around the corner or something down the river, and we're throwing spinning rods and worms. But yeah, I remember they used to throw bread out into the river, and the trout would just look like piranha. Yeah, it's the Zephyr. That's what I thought. I wanted to do the Pacific Northwest one. I wanted to do that train when I was in Arizona. I never did, but I think that'd be cool.
So when we go back up to Logan Rim, we can take a train and head north. I only need a day. Just a day. And not even a day. Nighttime.
I don't know if I want to drive out there.
I don't want to drive. We can fly.
I don't want to fly.
No, I'll meet you there.
Scott B says, I want to take that Zephyr. It's cool. It's a cool train. I encourage everybody check out a train. We back then I was still drinking, so that 8 hours I spent laid over in Chicago was sitting in a bar waiting for the train, and there were these guys on this train that were just partiers, and I didn't complain, you know. I was like, all right. We almost emptied this train of alcohol. Like, it was crazy.
That is crazy.
About 10 hours before I was doing the Flagstaff, I quit drinking because I was meeting my dad. Last thing I needed to be doing was coming off that train drunk. So it was a fun trip. The Coast Star Liner. That's awesome, Sharon. Miss Dill, where are you? Mr. Lee, she's laying on a leather couch in her bikini. Eating some cake.
Sharon, oh my God, the vision is burned in my mind.
What? That's what it says. On a train, you can be perfectly sober and stagger up and down the aisle between the seats. No shit, huh? Dragon says they had to dope me up on my flight to Japan, there and back. He kept rocking in his seat and kept freaking people out. Sharon says, I forgot about the cake.
And Lee said, oh my God, cake.
I didn't forget.
Hey, Rex.
I don't eat. Oh. Stephanie's eating cookies, Mr. Lee.
Huh.
True story.
I don't know what to talk about.
No, I don't want to hear about. Oh, I'm eating healthy.
I didn't say I was. Never said I was.
You've been eating healthier. You said.
I said healthier. I didn't say healthy. That would be a lie.
I don't know how healthy I mean. Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah, you're eating healthy.
Scott B says, I took a train from Branson, Missouri through Ozark Mountains in Arkansas. It was a neat ride. That would be cool. No, that would be very cool.
Oh, I was laughing at what Mr. Lee just wrote.
Yeah, the company that owned the railroad I worked on was a private railroad. They had bought another like excursion train, I think in Texas. The guy owned like 3 railroads. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because like down here in the south, you can probably get some good narrow gauge lines. It's weird when they did the train, and Jay knows, and whoever most people know about standard gauge and narrow gauge lines. Most of the South, they did a lot originally in narrow gauge, and standard gauge is wider. It's like 4 foot 8.5 inches. Four is it 4 foot 8.5 inches?
Why did you just look to me?
I'm like, I don't know, like you would know.
I know.
But I've never been on a narrow gauge railway, so I'd like to find one that does like an excursion somewhere down in the south. Harold says, I owned the Santa Fe Railroad train set as a kid. Yeah, I had a train when I was a kid too. When the house, how do I explain this? My dad lived on an estate for a while, like a long time. I lived on an estate too, but there was this little gatehouse at the end of this estate. It was 3 acres, 3.5 acres, and there was a mansion on this estate. And that's who owned the ranch in Colorado when I was a kid. That same people. Now I lost my train of thought.
Ghost Dragon wants to know: is there a difference in the ride?
I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to. Like, I've never been on a narrow gauge. It would seem to me that
Jay should be able to answer that question.
yeah, narrow gauge would rock a little more. That's just for some reason. I don't know. The narrow gauge in Colorado was supposed to be great. Oh, that's the Silverton. Was it Durango to Silverton? I forgot. That's a narrow gauge. That's the same one that they did. That narrow gauge is where they filmed that Bigfoot. But that film was from that train. Man. Jay did the Silverton, right on. How long of a ride is it? Like, you start, is it back and forth? Is it 3, 4, 4? Jay, what's the distance in a standard gauge? Is it 4 foot 8.5 inches, or is it 3 foot 8.5 inches? Might be 3. No, it's 3. Shit, it's 3 foot.
He said, I forget, 40 miles or so. Four, he said.
Rex, what's up? He says, look up Smoky Mountain train ride.
I know they have one there. I've been there. I've just never got on it.
That'll be like a trip we'll find. You want to do a train?
I've been there to that. I've been there to that train that's Smoky Mountain. One of them, anyways, but never got on it because the weather was bad, and yeah, it was just dead of the winter, snow. I think, I don't know.
I've taken the train from then. Where did I go? I went from New York to North Carolina, Fayetteville, with that train.
Jay said 8.5 inches.
Yeah. It's one of those just random facts, random bullshit knowledge I have.
Scott B just said in French Lick in Indiana has train rides. One is the Polar Express around Christmas time. Summer you can ride Thomas the Train. They have a Polar Express, I think, up around Gainesville during the holidays, and I wanted to take my girls there one year, and it was outrageously expensive for Christmas time.
They have one
with four kids
out of
you know.
Williams in Arizona that goes to the Grand Canyon.
I was so glad I didn't mention it to him, because when I saw the prices, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, we got to plan this for next year," and we just never did.
The train I used to work on, you go through a lot of in the beginning, a lot of barren area. You know, it's high plains, high desert, whatever. And they built a little Christmas village out there.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Like, I didn't see it though. I haven't been on it since they built it. But so they do, like, somebody gets dressed up as Santa and Mrs. Claus, and they do the whole train.
That's cool.
Oh, it was fun working on that. They do some pretty cool stuff. Like,
I bet.
Rockin' the Rails. They had all these different music groups from all over. Like I was in charge of this guy. Like, I had to make sure he got from car to car and on time and set him up. And he was like this. He was a cowboy singer, but like literally like Western music. He was from Utah or something, but he was like an award-winning in his genre.
I bet Judy would know who he is if you said the name.
I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember his name. They have it here in New Orleans at Christmas time also. Northwood says the real Polar Express train is in Michigan. So there.
Yeah. Yeah, they do cost a lot of money, and the package deals. It's like if you get the lowest package.
Welcome, Michael.
The lowest package, it's almost like, why would you do that to your children? Because they don't get the full experience, and I couldn't see them like watching the other children in the front of the train or some. There's basic package, then you get like the VIP, and
well, that's like
full experience.
That's the train in Arizona that I worked on. That's the only way I can refer to it. It's the one I worked on. That train. They had first class and coach, but now I don't even, if they have any coach anymore. I doubt it, because the last time I went on a train, they were down to only 2 cars that were coach.
Oh wow!
And
yeah, that would suck. Watching all the cars ahead of you.
coach was cool. I mean,
yeah.
But first class, you got a table you're sitting at, and not just a bench seat. They had food that was complimentary: chicken wings, hero sandwiches, like sliced up. But they would do all these wine tours, wine tastings, and it was, because there's so many wineries in the area, so they would have these wine nights, or whatever you want to call it.
Michael Haywood, how are you? Good to see you.
Northwoods is like, I'm serious. Warner Studios used the locomotive in Michigan as the model for the movie, and a lot of the train sounds were recorded in Michigan. That's cool.
Ghost Dragon says, now you're making me hungry and want to get on the train.
Yeah, you talk about trains, and we've watched the videos, and I've always wanted to do this. Is I want to, like, there's so many abandoned railways that they have these speeder cars, they call them.
They look so fun.
And they're miniature vehicles that you can put on train tracks.
Pop Craig. Sorry.
I don't know why that popped into my head. We've been talking about railroads, and I'm like, I almost forgot about that.
I didn't. When you first
yeah.
started talking about trains, that's where my mind went to. Watching those.
And some of these are so cool.
They are.
They're like a high rail. You know, the high rail is like, you know, the truck that you can go on with the tires and stuff.
Makes you want to go out and build one.
Yeah. Because around here you never see trains go by, and there's tons of tracks.
No, but just recently,
Occasionally it goes by.
just recently, he sends me a picture or video. I think it was just a picture at first of him sitting in the truck on his way to work, and there's a train going blocking his way. I'm like, wait, what? the rail out here, they don't use it.
Scott, don't be in a hurry for that train.
No.
Yeah, they move along. There's a lot of videos out there you can check out.
A lot.
Yeah, and you just like,
You can go down the rabbit hole of,
I want to do
yes,
that.
it just looks fun and cool. I mean,
You know, they have associations that are certified to
Clubs,
do it. Clubs.
yeah.
And you have to be, you know,
National
you have
clubs.
to be certified. I just want to be outlawed and throw
build
something
one
rickety and you know,
let it rip.
no, I've seen plans on making a bicycle that, you know, you can adapt to have an outrigger on one side and
see, to me that's scary, especially when you get like the bridges or yeah.
Don't fall off.
It just seems awfully flimsy.
It's being adventuresome without being, you know, crazy.
Papa Craig, there must be some good shit.
Heard the EPA banned the weed killer death ball. Don't know that I've used it. Right on Papa.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Said sheesh. 1 minute. What is the lion diet? There's so many jokes I could go with, but I'm curious. What's the lion diet? Is it a carnivore diet?
It is.
Or do you actually have to, you know, hunt your prey?
Meat and water.
Meat and water. So yeah, he's gonna run around on all fours, chasing down foxes and squirrels and shit.
He doesn't have to go far.
Drink out of a stream.
In his back
he's gonna go
garden.
feral on us. I know it.
He just walks out to his garden and snatch up a fox. Sorry.
What is your goal, Mr. Lee? Just curious. They're eating only ruminant meat. They're ones with 4 stomachs. So, cows.
Elton says it's the lion diet. You lie that you're on a diet.
He just spelled it wrong.
I got it.
My scale ain't lying.
Mugs, my goal is to identify as a lion.
Roar. I'll never do that again. Trust me. Oh.
How you doing, Helton? Good to see you.
Do lions use litter boxes? You know what? Does it bury its shit?
Wait a month and ask
I'm
Mr.
just
Lee.
curious, you know,
Wait a month and ask
how
Mr.
much he's
Lee.
going to identify like as a lion. Where are we at? Jeez, we got 30 some odd minutes. Do it again. Halt. Who goes there? So, guys, the link is in chat. Obviously, you know,
We're just babbling.
we got room.
We're going to listen to us
Just
babble
getting
for
to
another
it
half
now.
hour.
See, I don't know the story behind that statement. The Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's just random. I got to scroll back.
Maybe that's the kitty litter box.
There you go.
My guess.
First they stick it in a tree and then they stick it in the ground.
Oh, fine.
Little processing in between.
Yep. She's a lion
Little
kitty
kitty
box.
box.
I guessed it right.
That's funny. Maybe we can eat a Bigfoot. Yeah, I mean, just the thought of that is disturbing. Eating a Bigfoot. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
That's perfect. Papa's like, me too. I'm like,
Me too.
dude. So I was talking to Michael today, Mr. Haywood. I want to get his ass down here, but he wants to get our asses up there. What do you do?
You did say that getting them down here during crappie season
Yeah.
when the crappie ran.
He wants to come down. He said it could take a year, but he'll get down here.
Oh yeah. Come on.
But getting up there, it's like I would need for that trip. I'd need a week.
Right. Yeah, that's not a quick.
No, because he wants to. I almost laughed. He's like, I got so many leaks within an hour of me. I'm like, I got so many leaks feet from me.
5 feet from us.
You know, I don't need to go out and hit every lake. I don't care if I fish from a dock. You know. So he wants to get the boat up and running. We're gonna come up there. It's like, dude, it's not necessary.
No.
You can do the boating when you get here.
As long as I have access to water. long as I can get to it, I'll get to it.
Scott said, "You would need a backhoe to scoop the poop for a lion." Logs and Stephanie go and see Michael Haywood. That would be fantastic.
I would.
Everybody comes here. I say everybody, but this seems to be a destination spot now.
He said it. Michael said it. 4 days will pass like a blink of an eye at the right time of year. Sure would.
Oh yeah. Because it's there's fishing 24 hours a day.
Right. I just love the fact of not really having to watch for gators.
What's up, buddy?
Not having to watch for gators while fishing.
Right on, Gate Smasher. Good to see you. Yeah, no, it'll go by. Even just waiting to get the time will come, and all of a sudden we'll be like, "Oh shit! Guess what? We're going to Michael's," or something,
Yeah.
But yeah, I encourage people, if you're going to be in the area,
Hit us up.
Yeah.
We're here.
go get lunch, do whatever. I mean, we got a couch. We got,
We'll make it work.
can't move in though.
No.
Sorry. Michael says we got a Warwick Forest and Town Creek Indian Mound 20 minutes north of me. That's cool. We got, well, there's tons of Indian mounds in Florida. I don't know how many burial mounds there are.
I don't think they know. I mean,
you don't know until you open.
New mounds are discovered all the time.
Because, you found mounds.
I found a mound, yeah. When I first started working for the county, they took us on a tour of the wilderness area of the county, and we ended up by Lake Harney, which is just a branch off of Lake Jessup, and walked out to the shoreline of the lake. It's a huge lake, and I just happened to turn around and look in the tree line, and I was like, what is that? I walked over and I started finding pieces of pottery and found metal buttons, and eventually the research behind it, it was the first settlement of one of the very first Swedish families that settled in Sanford area.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the pottery and such that I found, well, come to find out, it was a trash mound.
A midden mound.
Is that what it's called?
Well, yeah. Like down here, there's midden mounds, there's burial mounds. Midden mounds are just garbage mounds. It's basically shells.
Yeah,
That's all it is shells and bones.
so apparently when whoever owned that property at that time, way back when, they were smart enough to build the house up on a mound. So that original platform was there behind the actual trash mound.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Didn't know any of it until I just wandered over.
Yeah.
And little pieces of brown pottery. Found a couple of metal buttons, like jacket cufflinks almost, but just the buttons.
It says mounds here in Ohio all over the place. Have a friend who's a ranger, and he gets us together to check them out at night. It's an interesting time.
That sounds cool.
says there's mounds around them that are untouched.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure there are here in Florida. I know there are reports of the Green Swamp area that there's mounds out there that were just recently found, especially along the East Coast.
When we were down in Crystal River, when LIB was down, Mike, we took him out down there on a boat, and there's one area that you go by that there are mounds off to the left on the shoreline. It's a state park. It's an archaeological site. I haven't seen it. We were going to go one day, and
We went to the parking lot,
late.
and they were about to close in
Yeah.
like 30 minutes.
So it wasn't worth
No, the
walking
walk.
in.
Yeah, because it is a walk.
Yeah.
There are, I think, several mounds back there, and they have it because it's a park. It's everything's outlined with the walkway and then steps leading up the side of the mound. And I've seen it
A
online.
lot of them in Oklahoma too. Jay says there are 6 burial mound areas near us. I haven't done any research into the history. I've just heard in conversations and but they go back a long time. The Calusa were known for doing the mounds too, way back when.
Well, there's tons of mounds down there around the Lake Okeechobee.
Mounds are my thing. They had one here up north of me in Delaware, Ohio, back in the 1800s. Farm found one down and found giant bones. Yeah, I've heard about those. That's what I'm more curious about is, as far as where are these bones? Smithsonian's basement, they sit next to the Ark of the Covenant.
Last year, I had the opportunity to work at the Seminole County Museum of History, and basically, I'm just sitting there in the office, supposed to be, waiting for people to come in and introduce them to the tour and stuff. Hardly anyone visits there. So my first day there, I look across the office, I see a book, and it was a book written back in like the early 20s, I want to say. 1923 comes to mind, but I could be wrong. But it was Lake Okeechobee, so I flipped through it, and I'm looking through, and they started talking about mounds, and it was the history of the area from the time they built the canals, before they built the canals. But the mounds that this writer was referring to, the stories behind it were the natives. Yes, these were the natives' mounds, burial mounds, but there were also the larger mounds were known for what they called the big man. It was and I was so intrigued by it. On my old phone, I took pictures. I was taking pictures of the paragraphs of the pages that referred to it, and that's on my old phone.
Oh.
The last time I worked the museum a few months ago, I looked for that book again, and I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went. But I do have pictures on my other phone to reference it back. But I thought it was interesting because they talked about these giant people, these big guys, these big men. And they didn't refer to hairy. They just said big.
Well, yeah.
And they were, I couldn't even begin to say what tribe they were from, but the book specifies, and that's what was intriguing.
The biggest mounds I have found are the Cahokia Mounds in Illinois. Northwoods. Jamie Cotter, what's up? Good to see you.
Michael Haywood. This is not Lake Chokanopie. Aunt B, stop, Andy. Stop, Andy. Christy says, "Oh my God, Michael."
I don't know if I could wait a year to get you down here, dude.
I know, right? Hi, Jamie. Good to see you.
Nope. So I don't want to start trouble or anything, but can you guys tell me any legitimacy to the stuff that Mark Zaski is doing?
Well,
right
if you
now?
didn't want to start, you probably wouldn't have thrown that question out there to begin with.
I
But
don't.
we don't pay attention to
I have
him.
no idea what he's doing, dude.
No interest in anything that he does.
Legitimacy.
It's not a word I would attach to him in any way.
Yeah, no, it's almost like an oxymoron.
You know,
But that's my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
mine as well.
That's all I'm saying.
Sorry.
Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, I heard that too. Ghost, where Smithsonian has gotten a hold of giant bones, come in, swooped in, and carried him away, never to be seen again.
Well, down here, or was it? Yeah, it's here in Florida. Back in the 1800s, 17. What? No, it was probably 1800s, late 1800s. People would knock them down and build around them, or build. They would just destroy them and
Oh,
on
I
the
know.
property. They didn't
Yeah.
know what they were.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It's a
trying. I
shame.
think I'm trying to remember who had. I don't know if it was Henry Ford. Had a house that they or might have been a president that they actually knocked down these mounds, put on the property to use the property
Yeah, that's crazy.
or half the mound or whatever. It's like I'm trying to remember where the hell I went to when we went and checked out these mounds. I think
Well, the one that I found by Lake Marnie, I didn't. I went to the edge, and what I collected or just picked up was just a handful, and it went to the museum at that point, and it was only to bring back to see if they could compare it to something.
yeah, I don't touch. I'll if I'm on a site like I've done it in Arizona.
Well, I knew it was trash. The whole
I pick up
and
pottery
actually
and stuff. I leave it.
the pottery I picked up wasn't until I was walking back out of the tree line. I found it away from the mound, so I didn't even take it from the mound. And now it's in the museum, sitting in a glass case. So I just knocked that over, which I think is cool. And they were able, not because of the pottery, but they were able to. Somebody was able to research of what that property was.
Sharon, good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon.
We do appreciate you.
Get some rest.
Get some sleep.
Don't work too hard. I know. It's just too damn hot to be out there.
Yeah. It's been, I mean, every day we've had heat advisories in effect.
And looking ahead for like easily the next week, it doesn't get better.
Plus, fun, there's some more shit brewing in the Atlantic, so
We could
pay
be
attention.
looking at another
I
storm.
know you guys are still dealing with this one up the coast. Be safe up there. But yeah, they don't know if it's going to be like a barrel and shoot straight over and go up into Texas or what it's going to do, but 'tis the season. I'm just glad I didn't have to move the boats, you know, this last storm.
Don't speak so soon.
No, it'll come. But you know, my marina where I work, the boats are too open. the marina is 100 yards out into a lake,
It is
and it's very open. And I've seen that lake.
vicious.
Yes. So we move them we go to another lake and stash them in a lagoon. And we only had to do that once last year, so
Yeah. And you probably almost didn't have to. Luckily. I mean,
No,
it would
you're-
have gotten bad. It would have gotten bad, but I'm just saying it wasn't as bad as we anticipated.
yeah, it's because the one boat before this storm, I had to take down the biminis and wrap them up and whatnot. But the one bimini I had to take off completely and take with me. Getting that thing back on was like a Chinese puzzle or some shit because it had Velcro zippers and
Snaps.
yeah, these poles that go into the I put the poles in first and couldn't zipper, then I had to take the poles out, but it was just
Right.
No, I don't think she thought that.
No.
Yeah, trying to start anything.
You know, that's funny. Jay said he used to find really good arrowheads. I've yet to find one. As much time as I've spent in the woods and, around forest from here to Virginia, I've never found one. I don't know that I haven't intentionally gone to look for anything, but I haven't stumbled across any.
I always hear stories of people finding them like in
Well,
at spring heads.
the closest I found was on the beach, the beach my favorite beach out here, Ponce Inlet. There was a sand dune, and I went to pick up something,
It's all good.
and there was a rock that was in it. It looked like in shape of an arrowhead, but you could tell it wasn't an arrowhead. It looked like one. It just happened to look like one. But no, I've never found one.
No, this one site we go to, and
I got a beautiful one here from Flat Rock that Flat Rock gave me. It's absolutely gorgeous. But no, never found my own. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You walk through farm fields here, you'll most likely at least one or two. That's cool.
I'm just reading. I found broken pots and found the best bird or small game arrowhead there. Oh, right on. No, this one spot in Arizona, it was weird because where you parked, it was on this switchbacks, and you would walk out onto this mesa, but on the way out, you would pass these two graves. I think I told you about this. You
Yeah,
passed
I think
two
so.
graves, and one of them was a woman, one was a man. The man was one of Zane Grey's guides, like when he was in Arizona. Because Zane Grey was he loved Oak Creek Canyon in Sedona. This guy's, you pass the grave. But anyway, you go past that and you go out onto this mesa and you go, and all of a sudden you start to see these remnants of rooms, stacked rocks, but they're really low. They're ground level. Some you can step down into, but outside there, and it was up on this mesa. It was pretty cool. Just outside, there was pottery all over the place. And it was cool to sit there and just go check this out, but I made the mistake of taking something one time, and I think it came back to bite me in the ass. Oh. But so I don't. I'll admire it. I'll check it out, but I leave it unseen. Are we muted or something?
Why?
I don't know because Northwood says, "Is it me or is there no sound now?"
I can't hear you, Northwoods. Michael said.
Right. What?
Say. Jay says I hear you fine. Please too.
Right on. Huh?
Right.
Gus says, yes, the Zangara Museum is here in Ohio. My dad loves that place and his books. I think it's The Call of the Canyon. That's about Oak Creek Canyon. And actually, there
I
were.
think I've heard you say that before.
Well, yeah, Oak Creek Canyon is when we left, came out of Sedona, and we went through the Red Rocks along the river, and then we went up the switchbacks up
Yes.
to the top where we stopped at the
Yes.
um,
Cool.
the lookout.
The lookout. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was Oak Creek Canyon that we went through, and there's actually been reports of and sightings in that canyon of Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie said, "Sound like someone tooted." Jay says, "That was me. Sorry, Jamie." Jamie says, "Yep, someone definitely tooted."
Chair squeak.
No, those switchbacks are cool. I got to drive it as we were heading out.
Oh, the scariest road I ever drove. Drove it in the middle of. What road is that? Damn, Rex.
Taco
Open
Bell.
the window.
I think Ghost Dragon's still
Glass is
hungry.
just fogged up. Shit. Lord. Taco smell. Oh, no. Michael says we used to dig arrowheads on the river by the railroad trestle until the college took over. I was saying wherever there was a spring, like at the beginning of a spring, like where a river started or whatever, if it was a spring fed, they always said that you would find arrowheads around there because that's where the natives made their camps, and they would make their arrowheads and shit there.
Yeah.
You know, they had the water source, so that's what I heard. Makes sense. Okay, note to self. Jay's ever hanging out. and
No
we go
Taco
out to
Bell
lunch,
for you.
No Taco Bell. Burrito backdraft. How do we go in these
I
directions?
have no idea. Northwoods, glad you're back. You can hear clearly now.
Oh, okay. His earbuds went on and muted him. So I couldn't hear. That's happened to me a few times. Get in the truck and get on like and didn't like or had to go find these. Why am I picking up earbuds? You know? History Channel has Swamp Mysteries with Trey Lantry on now. Oh,
I think that's Troy.
Troy? I can't. Oh, yeah.
Ghost is over there talking about breaking out the fan. Do away with all the Taco Bell smell. Taco smell.
Ooh, that smell. Well, I hope it's not that bad. It's in southern Utah on the way to Mexico. No, Karen, I haven't driven that one. I've driven not similar to it, I'm sure.
I'm laughing at Michael. My friends, neighbors, cousins, uncles, grandma's father dug the backhoe to start a shooting range and dug up hundreds of arrowheads, beads, and pottery. My friends, neighbors, cousins, uncles, grandma's father.
Is that Bill? I need Bill.
That's what if only it was as easy to silence my ex as it is to silence the speaker on my phone. You guys, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it is. Jim, thanks for hanging with us. That was cool.
Yeah, it's always good to see you.
I bet Pammy comes in and then she'll say hi, and then she just disappears.
She's probably still listening.
Still watching Pammy?
She wanted to say hi.
Still eating those cookies, huh?
Talk about.
Oh. Look away from the smoking boxes. Drags through drawers.
Well, Ghost says, "Oh, that's what those burn marks are." Boys.
It's not really a burn mark. I don't even smoke.
Gross. No, Mr. Lee, you're absolutely right. No cookies for Mokes.
Nope. Oh, she'll sit there and eat like ice cream out of the carton in front of me.
Not in front. You act like I'm sitting in no, I'm on the couch.
Dangling the spoon in front of me.
He's so full of shit. I'm sitting there with my back turned so he can't see what I'm doing.
She's like, come on, it's time.
It's time. Yeah, she knows.
It's not time yet. Stop. Ease. Move over. Move over and sit down. He's going to start yelling at me.
She is. She's all riled up.
What do you want?
She got to go out.
I don't know.
What are you
Good
doing?
question.
What are you doing? Hi.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? Harold wants to know.
Huh. Not that kind of show. Mike, you can have a nice boiled egg instead.
Why would I do that?
Oh, Lord. Close your eyes, Mr. Lee. Pup says, uh-oh. He's getting the fan.
Doug almost snatched it.
Right?
Way ahead of you, Mr. Lee. It's my snack. Sad.
Jamie said I'd spark a fatty for a Klondike bar.
Yeah, about 5 minutes before the Klondike bar.
Lee, oh my God, eat it! That's why I said all those.
I know.
This actually looks good. Ghost, you got to go get something to eat. He's been talking about being hungry since the trains and the food. And
Yeah, eat something, dude. All right. Enough of that. Get to the yolk and I'll be all like,
right.
be all dry.
Jason, Stevie, leave quickly.
They make some keto-friendly sweet stuff that is good. If it's made with like artificial sweetener,
It's not
it's
good.
not good. Although, what is that one? There is a sweetener that's not artificial, but it's
Yeah,
stevia.
Stevie, I think. I don't
Something
know.
like that.
Ghost Dragon Z says, now I'm hungry for a hard-boiled egg, a train ride, and stop to go fishing on the way and check out mounds too. Got the whole day planned out.
Well, dude, it's kind of a we cover so much different shit. It doesn't. We just go with the flow of chat, whatever, you know.
That's good to know, Jamie. Yeah. Mr. Lee says no to artificial keto crap.
How long does it take before they kick in?
Oh.
Well, the sunflower seeds. So is he like, like every time he spits, he like,
Oh,
sorry. They just regress to high school.
Medicine time, medication time. Stevie A and Stevie B.
I thought of that. I was like, wait a minute. And then he said it. Oh, shit. Jay says, see what happens? See what I started with one little poop? And a whole subject changed. The fact that you advertise that little poop.
James says they turn out to be the silent ones. Those are the deadliest ones.
SPDs. Silent but deadly.
Deadliest. Because
you didn't miss anything, Eric. Don't worry.
But
you
everything.
can go back and watch it if you want.
He just said I can go back.
This is true.
I can go straight. Oh, poop.
There's the safe word.
Oh, Lord.
Nothing, dude. We're just
Oh, shut up, Jay.
wrapping things up. Shit, we talked about a little bit about everything.
Mostly. Well, go back and read Ghost Dragon Z's last paragraph. That'll sum it up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can
Harold, poop on a stick.
He says, now I'm hungry for a hard-boiled egg and a train ride, and stop to go fishing on the way and check out mounds too. Burial mounds.
I clarified that.
Wait, what happened? Jay. Stevie. Terrible. I went to Arizona with her.
So I told him to shut up.
She locked the windows. I thought I was dying.
Whatever. So stupid. That did not happen at all.
Hey, you cost me money, Jay. I made a bet that you wouldn't make it there and back.
He almost didn't. A couple times.
Apparently,
Jamie says, I believe Jay. Christy says, I don't fart, I fluff.
Then you fall asleep. Guess what? Then you fart. I'm saying Mr. Lee's dog has a sense of humor.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Stephanie doesn't fart. No.
He said she would blame it on poor Judy. It was Judy the whole time.
It's the first time hearing about this too, folks.
No, it's not true.
Fluffing stuff.
Yeah.
It's HR fluffing stuff.
Fluffing stuff.
Eric has an English bulldog and farts all the time.
Dog farts are the worst. They're just gross.
Yeah. It's most of the time, like Maya's laying down next to us, but her ass is facing us. So.
Jay says, what a shitty show.
Many categories. Anyway, we are over the 2-hour mark. Thank you. Now what did I miss?
Yeah. Oh my god.
When oxygen just isn't enough.
No, I'm laughing at what Jamie wrote.
Crop dust.
I swear. See what you started, Jay? No, he says, night all.
Oh, shit. Good night, Jay.
Oh my god. Good night, Jay. No, you're not innocent.
HR fluffing stuff.
What are
Meaning he has a flute to toot.
Flute to toot.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, rips one.
Papa Craig.
Anyway.
Love you.
Take care.
Good to see you. Give Nana a big squeeze for me.
Indeed.
Love you guys.
You guys take care. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
No Taco Bell.
Can't apologize for anything. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button below. Show some love.
Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe.
Subscribe if you haven't already. And leave comments. Share. Whatever.
Comments. Comics are good. They're fun.
I enjoy reading comics.
I do
Yeah.
too. Good night, everybody.
I'm still reading.
I'll see.
Anyway, have a great weekend, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. We love you. Peace and God bless.